Perfect. So in this video, I'm going to chat about some of the tools that we used in our teams and how they helped us, and then give you a toolkit of sort of the first things you should do as a team and sort of what accounts you should make and setups that you should do just to kind of get organized and set up. So as a brief overview, the tools of the trade we used for website testing, we used Weebly and Wix. They're easy to use and allowed anybody to set up a website in the team, even the members of the team who weren't like computer science engineers or had experience developing websites. We used GoDaddy to register our domains. Domains, if you don't know, are like GoDaddy.com is a domain, or myproduct.com is another domain. We used GoDaddy so that because we had experience with it. There are others, and there's not really anything particularly special about GoDaddy except that we had experience with it. Obviously, you use Google Analytics for websites. That keeps track of who comes, how many come, what browsers they were using, that kind of thing. Amazon Turk is a software that you can, or is a platform that you can use that allows you to upload tasks that have other humans complete them. So things like, what does this picture contain an apple? Is a type of classification task you could have them do. You can also have them do interviews and surveys if you're creative about the way that you structure the task. If you're interested in that, type it in Amazon Turk, startup, Amazon Turk, surveys, and then you get a pretty good idea for what's possible. We used Mailtrack.io for tracking after going through a few other platforms like Banana Tag and a few others. It's free, it works pretty well. We never had a problem with it, and we liked it. If you need a professional email, so robert@mydomain.com, we used GoDaddy and then had that forward to a Gmail, but you can also, I think Weebly has a way to do that as well. For one of the teams, we needed to go to a conference, and in that conference, we wanted to network and build some relationships with other businesses. So we made business cards for that. We didn't need them in for our second semester because we didn't go to any conferences. But if you need business cards, Vistaprint is a good way to do that. It's free, or it's not free. It's super cheap and actually really quick. And they were really helpful in the event that we had to have a really fast turnaround, and they kind of messed that up. But then they sent us another batch of business cards to make up for it. It was great. If you're in need of design because you don't have a designer on your team, talk to other members of the Crocker group, because some of them are going to know designers. But outside of that, if you need a service, CrowdSpring is a good place. 99 Designs is another service. Both of CrowdSpring and 99 Designs are places where you put up a project, like I need a logo for my company, and you have a bunch of designers who make a logo for it, and you get to pick which one you like. If you need a personal designer that you can like talk to and iterate with, Dribble with 3 B's, this is intentional, is a good source. Behance is another good source. Those are both like portfolio websites that you can kind of scan through designers and artists and what they have. There's a whole video dedicated to surveys, so I won't spend a ton of time on it, except to say that Typeform was our favorite of the survey tools. Google Opinion was really clever, and we used it. It is limited, though, because you can only ask one question. Lastly, probably the most important of this whole section, because you might have heard about all these, is BetaList and Untorch for viral growth. So BetaList is a place you can go and you pay, I think, like $80. And trust me, you have to pay. There's a free option, but just pay the $80. Otherwise, you never get seen by anybody. So they put your product up for the day and send out an email, and then users come who want to sign up for beta testing and sign up for your app. I think we got like 300 or so signups from BetaList directly, and then we turned those 300 into 600 using Untorch, which is a viral platform that basically what happens is you sign up with your email address, and then it says get free access if you sign up a bunch of your friends. So they work and sign up a bunch of your friends, but Untorch keeps track of how many they sign up, and that kind of thing. It's when we set up our account for Untorch, you had to go through this kind of like you had to sign up 5 of your friends before they would give you an account. I don't know. I think they may have outgrown that by now, so you'll have to see. But in any case, it's super beneficial and something to set up. So we kind of crafted a list of all of the basic tools that we would need at the beginning of a semester, and created it here. So start by creating a team email account. We use Gmail, but create a team email that everybody can log into, and most importantly is you can use that to sign up for other services. That way, when you need, for a presentation, you need a stat from another website, any of your team members know the password and the email address that will log them into that service. Really helpful. So set up a team Gmail. You can also set up a BYU email and then have that forward to the Gmail account. So that it just made us feel a little bit more professional when we were asking for interviews as a student. So we'd say like, hi, we're part of a research fellowship on campus that's investigating how the marketing world interacts with conferences. We'd love to talk with you. Do you have a few minutes that we could chat? Signed, Crocker Research Team at byu.edu or whatever. Incidentally, our Gmail account name was Crocker Research 2014 at gmail.com. So we just made it really generic because we didn't know what idea we were going to pursue yet. And I kind of recommend the same thing for you guys. Second or third, sign up for mailtrack.io. It's free and allows you to keep track of whether or not emails are being sent or received and opened. Helpful, really helpful. You have to use Gmail to use it, but it's good. Fourth, we would create a Google Drive folder in the first few minutes of meeting together as a team. That allowed us to have a single place where all of our stuff could be stored, but more importantly is every team member knew that if there was something that needed to get shared with the team, it went there. So like we scanned our reports and we uploaded our videos from interviews and stuff like that into that Google Drive. Made it really easy when you're going to build your presentation so that you didn't have somebody who's like, who has that file or whatever. It's beneficial. Next, we would create 3 accounts, the Typeform account, a Weebly account, and then get an Untorch account. I mentioned this here, Weebly and Untorch, at the beginning, even if you're not sure if you're going to need a website. It's because almost always you're going to be able to find a reason to use a website. And it does take a while. It takes 2 or 3 days, at least it did for us, to create an Untorch account because they have to approve it and stuff. Like I said, they may have outgrown that by now, but it'd be better for you to have that set up at the beginning than later at the end. And Untorch was created by a previous Crocker team. So if you have issues or anything like that, Daniel would be happy to talk to you. Just email him and you can figure it out. So all in all, those were the tools that we sort of relied on for the course of the semester. And hopefully that this gives you an idea of what to set up and kind of get started if you weren't really sure what tools to use. Good luck.